Welcome back to a good old bootlicking episode.
Bootlicking.
Boys? Who's bootlicking?
I'm bootlicking.
Just because Subin came out about some interesting stuff.
Bootlick.
God.
Come on, man. Why you gotta do that shit, bro?
I'm having your back.
Fuck you, Steve.
Why is he doing that shit?
Tell him you got groomed. Say that to him.
Yeah, you know what? You got groomed.
Oh, that's not what?
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. Just like Anthony said, I got 3 abortions. You can't just...
Hey, scale of 1 to 10 for each of you guys, okay? Scale of 1 to 10. How much do you trust the police?
What do you mean by trust?
Ooh, interesting.
Okay.
I'll tell you this.
Depends on my experience with said cop.
And they're like, hey, or how about this? If the FBI came, I'd be like, give me a lawyer. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't.
No matter what.
No matter
before
what.
you even know
Yep.
why they're here.
Yep.
Well, it depends what it is. What is it? Is it a traffic stop? What is it? Everything, all together in general.
FBI in general, 0%.
Okay. How about like just LAPD or just cops? Bro, more I know is crazy.
I think most cops just want to do their job and go home, right? They're not like trying their best to kill you. Or what?
But there's enough douchebag cops that I'm like,
Dude, I just recently, have you seen that one where he was like, stop, no, hands up, down, go up. And then they're like, I don't get it. And then he's crawling and he just...
yeah, they popped him on the ground. I saw that one.
Shot a guy on the ground.
Yep.
Yeah.
While he was army crawling.
So before you explain, say your number and then explain why.
What's the number?
My number is like 50%. I trust.
Like a straight 5.
Straight.
I agree with straight 5.
Say 50-50 too.
Because it's like, I know I could be chummy with cops to get like on the good side a little bit.
Yeah.
But then again, there's that other 50% where you get a situation where they're like, they're freaking out. They may not be communicating something properly and something can go wrong. Like, you just never know.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's like a cop or any, like it's just a human being and it's 50-50 and then depending on how they act in the moment, it rather goes one way or the other.
Exactly.
So like as you communicate, you can kind of adjust that 50-50.
Just imagine you're filling
Based
out
on
a
the
form.
competence.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you're filling out a form and it's like 1 to 10 and they ask you how much do you trust cops?
I'll tell you this. I watched too many interrogation videos of cops being chummy, fake chummy.
Yeah.
I don't buy any of it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, give me my lawyer. I'm not saying shit.
If I committed a crime, it's 100% zero. I'm not trusting fucking nobody.
Yeah.
If I know I'm guilty of something, I'm taking it to the grave with me and my boy.
Trust in what context?
No, I mean from all of your life experiences added up until now, where's your trust level? Not like what you see on TV, what you see in videos, just from your own interactions with police, where does it stand right now?
Not great. I have 2
It's not good.
scenarios
It's not good on mine either.
from experience that I would
Mostly bad.
put at a...
Mostly bad.
So you're like a 3 or 2?
Yeah, but I know people who truly, like my hairstylist, her husband's a cop, and he's truly in it to help people.
Yeah.
Like
There are those cops.
100%.
Yeah.
So,
But does he
but if I had
balance
to
the other
only,
one?
yeah, well, if I had to only base it off of my experiences of mostly just incompetence, I would score pretty low. But then knowing people within arm's reach and knowing that they do a good job.
Yeah.
By the way, the good cops know better than all of us how bad cops can be.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
A lot of them end up leaving because they're just like, I can't be a part of this shit no more.
Yeah, it's tough.
You can't trust your partner and shit, you know, like in life or death situations. Like, that's the other thing too, is like, you might act correct, but then your partner might completely fuck it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Remember that video where the old lady got shot in her house? The old black lady got shot in her house?
The one with the pot?
Yeah. And then she was, I'm sorry. The guy pulls out a gun and she's like, I'm sorry. And she stands down and then he just blasts her. And then the guy who has the body cam recording, he's like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, that moment is like, whoa, that's a crazy thing you have to experience.
I saw one recently where a guy credit carded some lady. Like, and again, it's a body cam. But like, yeah, one guy, like, he goes up to this chick and he like credit cards her.
Wait, the cop does?
Oh, I seen that one.
right?
Did he go cha-ching?
And then, yeah, cha-ching. And then immediately the other cop was like, hey, stand the fuck over there, brother. What the fuck is wrong with you?
He didn't call me like he said, yo, stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
He was calm,
Stop, back up.
Good point.
Pose them on the side.
What are you doing, brother?
The context is correct.
And I guess
Citizens arrest.
I guess he didn't say brother as many
Wait, he
times.
just did it for fun?
No, he was like
Oh.
searching for weapons, but he was not a trained cop. He's supposed to use the back of his hand. But he credit carded this cunt, right?
Also, you're realistically, you're supposed to have a girl cop.
Can't you ask?
Yeah, exactly.
Can't you request a female officer if you're a girl?
No, that's mandatory.
Oh, they have to.
It's a thing.
Unless it's like,
Oh, so the cop has to call for a female officer to come to the scene.
yeah. Especially out here in California, it has to be a girl cop.
Wow.
So yeah, so that's why it wasn't protocol. And then the guy, the body cam cop immediately apologizes and he like explains the situation.
Ooh,
but stuff like that, I'm like, dude, cops are wild, bro. But see, that's good because like the bad cop had the good cop check him immediately, so that gives me a little bit of faith, a little boosty.
But also probably let her go because of that shit
Yeah, oh,
to
definitely.
avoid a lawsuit.
Yep.
But also, I think like every city has different cop culture. Like, I know a lot of HPD Honolulu Police Department guys, and they're fucking cool people.
Cool.
Yeah.
They're hella cool, yeah.
And like, so like, something that would happen on the mainland, right? Like where, let's say protocol here is like to blast them.
Yeah.
That's textbook. And
Guy with
Hawaii?
a knife. Guy with a knife, like standing in the street.
they don't pull their gun out.
They're not gonna shoot that guy.
Nope.
Very, very like that's the last result. Like they would fucking resort to judo and all this other shit. And
Damn, against a knife, dude.
Hey, but all the
Well, I
all the
haven't seen a
Hawaiian
knife
PD.
situation, but they would be so many comments where they do show the cops. They're like, dude, if that was the mainland, they would have been smoked already.
Yeah.
Right off
But
the
then
rip.
they would just grab. I think like their policing is a little bit more old school.
The more community based type.
You just don't see people being trigger happy. Yeah.
It's the aloha spirit, dude. I think that's what it
You
is.
don't have to plan it like that.
I think it's a big.
And then the cops, I don't
They'll
think
throw your
they're-
shotgun. The guy was like, "My bad, dude. I'll fucking stop."
I don't think their cops is like aggressive and like macho. Like they're just more.
By the way, nobody talks about this. Roided.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another one
They're
too.
on steroids
Yeah?
like crazy. It's an epidemic in the police force.
Really?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Subi knows.
Because I've had experiences where I got pulled over, gave like ticketed, all this stuff, and yeah, there's no like I'm a fucking macho cowboy. What the fuck are you doing? None of that.
But
It's just
imagine
protocol.
actually being a cop. And every day you're pulling people over, and every time you pull somebody over, they could just shoot you through the door. For real. You don't know.
Which makes sense.
Right. So
Why-
then
yeah.
I get also why some cops are roided out and all this stuff, and they take medications or whatever. Because holy shit, what a crazy job.
My biggest concern is how little training they have.
Yeah.
One, going into it, and two, the upkeep of training when they're actually a cop.
That's the biggest
How-
issue for sure.
How very few of them, it's up to them to upkeep their own training.
That's the wild part.
And that's the wild part. I think
Yeah.
if we actually didn't defund the police and actually gave them the proper training throughout their career and stress courses, it would help alleviate a lot of these problems.
I get it. You're a white lady. You should be saying defund the police.
You're right.
Yeah. So like, yeah.
Basically, cut all of that.
But her
and-
hair's not blue.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's red, so
It's
she's
red,
the opposite
yeah.
side.
It's red.
She's a patriot.
It is really crazy. It's still crazy to see those videos where cops can't chase somebody.
Or just like two cops can't take one guy down.
That's,
when I see these videos, I lose my fucking mind. I'm like, brother, like there's two of you guys.
Yeah.
You can't restrain one guy.
That was Oakland.
Or unfit cops.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big.
How fast can you run a mile? Like for real?
For real, there should be a standard.
What's the standard?
The standard is depending on the age, and you have to be under 10 to 11 minutes.
But that's when you first get
One
into
and a
the,
half
That's when you
miles.
first get into the police
That's through
academy,
PT
right?
test.
But not all.
Yeah, but they don't upkeep
Departments
that.
have that.
Yeah.
No, not all, but LAPD we were talking about. LAPD is 1.5 under 14. I mean under 11.
Because sometimes I look at cops all the time. Actually all the time. I go, I could beat you in a race, bro. If you were to chase after me, dude, I'm sprinting until I roll my ankle.
But you know, when we had Mr. Aram here,
Yeah.
Aram.
he's taught me so much about the cop world that I didn't really know. And one of them is there's no standard nationwide procedure for a lot of things. So like that's why you get super, mall cop level Rambos that are like, what are you doing? And then you have these like highly trained military level guys all mixed up because like he's like, if you go to like some podunk town, population small, So like they don't even have hella people on a wait list ready to go. It's just like Uncle John. That's like he's the only cop in town.
Yeah.
Or whatever, right? And then so
And
then
he
some of
watched
these-
Cobra.
Yeah.
You know,
And
crime
some
is
of
a
them don't
disease,
have
meet the
training.
cure. Right?
They don't- yeah.
He's like, I'm the cure to crime, brother.
So if they don't have the training, then they just freak out. Like they never had seen action. They don't know what to do. So they just, because I show them videos of like, hey, is this protocol? I saw a guy fucking come in and jump kick a lady and shit.
Fuck.
And I'm like, is that cop shit?
No, that's Double Dragon.
Asian cop, right?
This fool ran up and fucking jump kicked the lady and she wasn't even resisting arrest or anything.
Dang, that's escalation.
When you play Ninja Turtles, that's hitting A and B at the same time.
Hey, yo, who knows? Who knows
special
what?
Takes a little bit of your life away.
Who knows what these cops are going through when they make those decisions, right? Like they could be 10, 12 hours in, and then they're chugging C4s and
Oh yeah.
they're fucking sleep deprived. There's something going on with the house. He can't be there because he has to be on shift. So to see a lady saying, "No, I don't want to get on the ground," he's like, "Just get him." You know, you run towards him. Get on the fucking boom, double legger.
The
Get
amount
on
of
the
people-
fucking ground. It's my last hour.
The amount of people that don't listen to cops is kind of crazy.
No,
That too.
It's crazy.
That too.
like for
They do
example,
it to themselves sometimes.
Get the
Oh my
situation
God.
done with already.
Let me see
man.
your hands. They keep putting their hands down. I'm like, bro, just keep your hands up and then talk your shit.
Yeah.
like when the Burbank PD thought I stole a car. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Like you could have died that day if you were just being an asshole.
Right.
Exactly.
to make mistakes like that kind of blows my mind too. You know, I'm just like, yo, how you got the VIN number wrong?
Well, that's crazy
That's
because
just crazy to me.
when
Like,
I was reporting my car stolen to the guy at the desk, and he's jotting my information down. I'm telling him very slowly, very precisely, and then he goes, "Okay, cool. Check this. Make sure it's all good." 5 of the numbers were wrong.
yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Give me a new sheet. I will do your job for you.
God damn.
That's an incompetence right there.
5 of the fucking numbers.
He's like,
were
sorry,
wrong.
I'm dyslexic.
I'm like, that's more than half of my.
I got 3 of them.
These sevens look like 4s.
You might have made a better car though out of those VIN numbers.
Dude, LAPD though is one of the most hated departments
Yeah.
from all over.
Well, that's because of the news.
By other
That's because of the news.
Why do other departments hate them though?
No, it's just talk of the show. They're always in trouble for making insane mistakes.
Oh, so they just make other cops look bad?
Yeah, because like more I try to join the LAPD, everyone keeps telling
It
me.
makes sense because like how many cops do they need? They need a lot, like tens of thousands, right?
Wait to give you a.
So it's like
It's a fact.
it's a statistical issue.
Yeah.
And the news talking about something makes them look bad, and they should look bad. But like that is why it perpetuates that whole thing. And since the Rampart scandal, especially, like,
Yeah.
and Rodney King and all that.
Yeah, I mean, like, think about it. If your department's only 20 people, and then you can actually run with this group really well, you're gonna look at a group of 10,000 cops and be like, look at those guys always fucking up. Yeah, because there's 10,000 of them.
But even when we had Armin here, and he's
Yeah.
talking about San Bernardino, where the fuck, he's talking about like we make $200K a year, all this shit. You never hear the good stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that was tight.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That's a real career
Elmani.
path for good old Subi here.
He tried to join El Money.
No, yeah, Almani said no because of my past.
Jesus, that's a deep answer, dude.
When I was 20 years old, they said they didn't like the
Because of the
coke-
grooming?
No, the coke stuff.
Told him
Because
about
of
it?
the grooming.
I always had to be honest because I was honest with LAPD, so they gotta follow that record.
Yeah, like different departments have different rules like that. Because some will be like, oh, you did coke and it was 20 years ago. It's okay. Yeah.
Amon said Almonte, like he doesn't, the department wouldn't care, but it's the city.
The city.
The city has say of your paperwork, and then they can approve it, and then
The city won't let them hire you, basically.
So I guess that's what happened, and then LAPD said right now you're on soft deny because of your credit. But Almonte didn't care about your
Right. They're
Yeah. Isn't that crazy how different
shit,
cities and
yeah.
departments have different things they emphasize? And then they're like, because some don't care about drug use, while others are like, nah, dude, that's way too much.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care. I'm not mad at any one of them. It's just like, come on, dude, let me in. Let me go
I think
past.
there should be a set standard, though.
What's your credit score, brother?
Ugh, I don't know. It's ass. That's all I know.
Ugh.
You should have checked it before you went in.
Sometimes he was like, we're talking about medical stuff. He's like, just don't pay that shit.
That's not why. That's not why. It's because my mom opened up a bunch back in the day, and then we ended up using it, and then we're just like, fuck, it's hard to get it back.
I've been there, dude. My ex did that shit to my fucking.
How many years? Because it should fall off in 7.
How many your credit?
Oh, this bitch bought like 10 Josh Groban albums in the same day. Racked up like $350 in my. Yeah, dude. In one day. That's just one day, by the way. Oh yeah, my ex. She fucking put me in a hole. It was like 15 G's. Well, because I was very stupid. I gave her a credit card, and I was like, this will help you with college stuff. And then I was putting her through college that way, and that was really stupid of me. And then, so then she racked up this huge bill, and then I ended up looking at it one day, and I was like, who the fuck buys $450 of Josh Groban in one day? And
That's not a bit.
no, not a bit.
Josh Groban.
It wasn't just Josh Groban, but that was one of the names I remember because I don't like Josh Groban. I was like,
Yeah.
"What? Oh, that's bought by me, technically."
I supported this.
Yeah, that sucks. But then I was like, but who buys music even? I was like, I've been lime wiring for like 10 years. Yeah.
Do you know about this?
Yeah, right. So then, so then it all came to a head. And then one day she had me on her podcast because she's like fucking the guy who made Rick and Morty, and she married him for a little bit, and then we talked about that, and she's like, "You want me to pay you back?" And I was too prideful to say yeah. So I was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm chilling, bitch." But yeah, she set my credit back for a minute.
Wow.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
G's off that.
Oh, dude.
Josh Groban.
Yeah, all that shit. That was just an extreme example.
What else?
But
Probably
this
Michael
bitch would buy
Bublé.
glue and stuff. She's buying crafts and shit. Glue? Yeah.
Elmer's glue.
All kinds of weird shit that I would never buy.
Yeah.
I didn't know all the cool jobs that you can have in policing that I found out after when my friends became cops.
Yeah.
After I was like, whoa, there's so many cool jobs, because all I thought was a cop is a guy that patrols the streets, and then you have a detective. That's all I knew. I didn't know about the forensic stuff. I didn't know about like the detectives that go strictly for like people that have warrants and then they have to find them, or like guys that specialize in certain type of crimes.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, that's so cool.
I still am curious what type of person wants to be an internal affairs officer.
Same.
Because that's like the mega snitch of the snitches.
Yeah.
That's probably exactly what it is, right? It's like
It's just opportunity, and like, oh, it's a higher position, and then money. It's like, oh, money's nice.
Job's a
I'll
job.
take it. A
We'll
job's
do
a
it.
job.
Well, some cops are just trying to get revenge on stuff that happened to them. Like Subin wants to be a cop so he can get revenge on the groomers who took advantage of him.
Just fucking.
That's the final arc.
And I think that's fucking tight. That's beautiful.
Wow.
What's up?
Like, that's what's up.
For the catch up.
All right, thanks.
GG.